was the 1990s, a big show in a small town off I-75 in Georgia. They were called the biggest cocks in the henhouse. But things have changed since then. It's been 30 years, and they finally found a home here, like everyone else, doing a podcast. It's Erica and Mark, the phone call podcast thing.
Broke, depressed old person hotline. How may I help?
Oh, why are you depressed? You haven't been depressed at all for so long. I'm the depressed
I know.
one, not you.
I mean, I was doing really good as a not a non-working person. I was like, I really enjoyed life because I didn't have.
Now hold on. You're making yourself sound unemployed. You're not
No,
unemployed.
I'm retired.
You're just retired. Retired. Yeah. What did I say? You're
Yes.
retired.
Well, I'm beginning to think I'm the other one too.
I didn't finish that word, by the way. I didn't finish it, so it doesn't count.
So,
What's the matter,
well,
Mark?
my grandfather told me.
He's been dead for 30 years.
I know. It has been that long.
Hold on. He's not still talking to you,
No,
is he?
but you remember. Okay, how about that? Yeah, because he died when we were working
Of course
together.
I remember. Yeah. You were all freaked out because you were afraid to go to his
Well,
funeral.
yeah, because he kept showing up in my house and in my car. Do you remember that?
I do remember that, yes.
Matter of fact, I
Very
came
rude
right
of
in
you.
from the drive. Said, "Hey, my grandfather's driving with me to halfway there."
Yeah, I didn't think you were crazy at all. No.
It's like
It's a totally normal thing that happens.
you probably thought he was still coming down from the Jaeger bombs.
I mean, we did do a couple of those. But no, back then I was familiar with something that would freak you out that I've been keeping from you for a long time. Would you like me to tell you what it is?
Oh boy, yeah.
It's going to fuck with your entire view of the afterlife. If you do any research on the Tibetan Book of the Dead, it'll completely make you change your mind about your worldview. It's one of the reasons I don't fear death.
Oh, I don't fear death either.
Well, you shouldn't, because if you knew more about the Tibetan
Oh
Book
no,
of the Dead,
I like I like the basic.
You know what? You might actually fear death because the afterlife preys on people like you.
I like well, that's of course it does.
I won't
'cause
say
that's-
anything else.
That's the enemy's version.
Well, it's not.
You'll have a choice of which avenue you want to go down, and if you want to go down to the hotter room, that's up to you. And there's going to be agony.
No, that's not a thing at all. You're going to wind up getting reincarnated back into this fucking planet, and that is the last thing I want.
Well, so now you're not on the moon anymore. Now the moon and the soul sucking.
Hey, how do you think the soul gets recycled from that moon when the aliens capture you, Mark?
Hey, can I please finish my sad story?
Yes, please do. So your grandfather's been dead for 30
Yes.
years, but that was where we left
Yeah,
off.
so he told me that if you, first of all, when I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do when I grew up, he says it doesn't matter what you want to do.
Well, that's not true at all.
He says it doesn't matter. All you need to do is you get yourself a job that has benefits.
Well, that's true.
And it worked for him. In 1977, when he decided to retire,
Yeah, that worked for that
and I
generation,
graduated high
absolutely.
school, when he left Philadelphia Electric Company, he got 65% of his salary paid to him for life.
So what he left out was make sure you get a union job with amazing benefits where you can F off your entire life and then get paid most of your money. And then with the Social Security you got coming, you're going to pretty much make more money than you did in retirement than you would if you were working.
And
that's what he
And then he
should have
said,
told you.
make sure to have insurance, because back then they would pay for your full insurance, not part of it.
Right.
And that stayed with you for life. And then when he passed 30 plus years ago,
He left it to you in the car. Here's
no,
my
he
insurance card.
left
No.
it. It was automatically transferred to my grandmother.
I'd see.
And then she lived for she lived another 30.
Yeah.
No, but about another 30 years. She lived till she was
That was
mid
the same thing.
90s.
Yeah. My grandparents, same thing. My grandfather retired in like 1974 or 75, and he worked in the mills and was in unions, and he was taken care of until he died. And then my grandmother for, at least 10, 12 years after that.
Yeah. I mean, they just keep scratching him a check.
Yeah. It's a pretty good deal.
So,
You didn't do any of that.
no,
What
I
your
didn't.
point is.
I chose to go to nightclub school.
I'm not sure that's a school.
No, it isn't.
But
And then I left there. I went to broadcasting school, so I'm not sure that was a school either.
no, I also went to that school, and that was
It
not a
said
school.
college
That was-
at the end.
That was something to tell your parents that you were doing, is what that was. It was a way to spend
So-
money you didn't need to spend.
So I retire, and I'll tell you what I make. I make just under $23,000 a year
It's righteous bucks,
in Social
as they
Security.
say
But
in the
it's
80s.
basically paying me the money that I paid in back.
It's not. I mean, if you ever do the math on that, it's really not. If you would have taken all that money that you paid into Social Security and had you invested
Yeah.
it in the NASDAQ, you'd be a
Oh, yeah,
millionaire right
that's
now.
true.
So that's Social Security's never been the best idea or the best deal. They certainly could have managed it differently.
So here's the bummer.
Yeah. Oh, there's a bummer to this
Yeah.
story
So-
that you make $23,000 a
So
year.
So I'm okay because 23,000 doesn't sound like a lot, but when you own your home
That's nice.
and you own your car,
That's also
so
nice.
all you're paying is insurance and things like that, you can survive.
You're fine.
So here's the kick in the balls.
Tell me, because I don't own my house or my car. So what am I doing?
Guess how much I got to pay the United States government in taxes for living off of Social Security? Because believe it or not, it's taxable income.
27%.
Oh, I don't know what the percentage is, but it's $912.
Oh, that's not 27%. That's not.
$912 of. Why am I paying taxes on that?
Well,
My grandfather didn't pay taxes on his money he got from
That's
the
about,
Philadelphia Electric
what is that?
or the other.
My basic math skills, which are not great, say that's between 18 and 20%. So that's not
I
that
think
bad.
once you become 71 years old, they don't F with you anymore because they figure by that time you'll be dead.
Right.
But I have 6 years to pay. So I said, there's got to be something wrong here.
Did you not know this? This is new.
Yes,
To you?
it's new to me.
They didn't explain that to you when you went to.
No,
get
and when
all
I
this
Googled
done.
it,
No.
it says as long as you're under $25,000 income, which I am, I should not be
Yeah.
paying any taxes. But
So why are you? So did you make more
well,
money?
no, under
Did
25
your wife?
grand.
Are you filing jointly? What happened?
No, well, we file as married
Married but
file
separate.
on solo, whatever that is. Married
Yeah.
filing individually.
Married but separate. Yes.
So,
right.
but here's what happened: the new law that came in from last year says
Mm-hmm.
that whatever if you're going to file separately, that's fine. But if one itemizes, the other one has to itemize, or they both have to not itemize. Last year, I didn't itemize.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, wait a minute. Why would you itemize? You don't have a mortgage on your house. Why
Well,
wouldn't you take
here's
the
what they
standard
do.
deduction?
I had to go through now, and the money I give to donations I give to Celebrate Recovery. Right.
Yeah, you got to go.
I can
all
itemize
that.
that. The
Is that really worth it?
medical that I had to pay out of pocket, because that's another thing too. Your Medicare is not free.
All right. First of all, this is the most boring.
I know.
podcast
I know.
we've
I
ever
know.
had.
I'm just bumming because I pay enough as it is. I didn't want to pay taxes anymore, and that's not counting my
Right,
state
and-
taxes. The state gets their hands on your money too.
Well, that's what you get for living in a state with income
Oh
tax.
yeah, I know. Try to tell my my wife that she will not leave. You know when she'll leave?
When voodoo affects her more, I don't know.
When the boy takes off and goes someplace else,
Oh, I see.
because he lives
I
here
understand.
too. So
Yeah, I
he lives
understand.
in in the city.
I certainly wouldn't want to live away from my daughter either. I
No,
totally
so
understand.
I get that. But it's like, man, it's like, I did not, and that's how it's my day. It's like I'm feeling pretty good, and I hit that thing, and I'm going, oh my god! So I'm gonna go pay somebody $200 to see if they can get me to not pay $900.
That's pretty good math.
Yeah, but it's again, my grandfather said they're gonna take care of me.
No, that's not
And
true.
none of it's true.
Anybody if anybody has ever heard the government say, "Hello, we're from the government. We're here to help," I would like to talk to you, because I don't think that's ever happened.
Now, granted, this is first world problems.
Yes,
and this is my white privilege talking.
Right.
Saying that I got to pay taxes on my Social Security check.
We're going to pay $900 in taxes on my free money.
It's Social Security. It's not free. I gave them the money.
Yeah, okay. Well, you didn't pay taxes on that money when you gave them the money. They just took it. So
they took it out of my check.
Right, but now you're finally paying tax. You're literally paying old taxes. That's what you got to
look at. And the 401k, don't get me started on that. I'm afraid to look at it. I'm afraid every time I look at it, they charge me something.
No, that's not.
I just leave it there. That's going to be somebody else's problem.
So I only know this. I've also been trying to do adult things this week, and I called my financial company that has my 401k and my personal stock portfolio, because I got a birthday coming up, and it's not a huge birthday, but I'm on the wrong side of my mid-50s. Let's just say.
Oh,
I know. But I'm not to where it starts with a 6 yet. I got a ways to go before that. So I thought that I would just call them and check up, because I have a large block of company stock, and the company is going through a sale or a merger, or we're not sure what's happening. And we keep getting these emails, and I got this packet in the mail that said, "Hey, here's something that's bigger than the Bible that we'd like you to read and decide what to do with all of your shares of stock." And I'm like, I don't know what the hell. So I finally called the people. And then while we were talking, they said, would you like a financial consultation? Because it's free. Your company pays for it. And we can just take a look at your entire 401k and see if you're on the right direction, what kind of plan you're on. So we did that. We looked at the whole thing. I was on the phone with these guys for an hour yesterday. And, I'm in a little better shape than I thought. I'm not where I need to be, so I did up my contribution to my 401k a little bit more. But it's tough for me, because I'm going to be by myself the rest of my life. Chances are. You're lucky because you have two people and a paid-for house. It's going to be me and nothing's paid for.
Yeah.
So I really have to plan accordingly. I'm really hoping NVIDIA stock goes through the roof between now and like 2035. And if NVIDIA even goes to a couple of $100 a share, I will be fine. I will be able to go out and pay cash for a house and still have money left over, plus a small pension and my Social Security, and I should be able to live.
Yeah,
just
you don't
fine.
want to have to try to pay
No. But my thing is, I can't ever touch all that NVIDIA stock that I have, and I have some Apple stock, and I have some stock in just a couple of other companies that's been growing for years, and I'm in NVIDIA right as well. And if everybody, if you know anything about the stock market, that's all anybody talks about is NVIDIA this, NVIDIA that. And I have hundreds of shares of NVIDIA that I got into, let's just say less than $100 a share. So best case scenario, NVIDIA goes to $500 a share. I could potentially be sitting on more than $500,000. That should take care of me for the rest of my life, because I don't need to live extravagantly after I retire. I'm fine living the way I am now, or even scaling down a little to a smaller place.
Right.
So that was what I learned yesterday. It's the first time I've ever really had that kind of a conversation.
Well, you seem like you're okay then.
I'm not okay. I'm still, if I want to be comfortable, I still need to figure out a way to get a couple $1,000 more a month. From what I'm already projected to be at. Right. I still need to figure out a way to grow that a little more aggressively, and that's what we talked about doing. So let's take some chances, baby. What the hell?
Well, next year will be the same thing for me too, because next year I will have to include the $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 that we make on a sale of the house. My other house. Gonna hurt. That's going to cut. Right. That I'm going to have to pay taxes on, I guess. Well, although the IRS, their own site says that I'm not responsible for taxes for that, and same with the state of Louisiana, that's free money.
Oh, well, we'll see.
Yeah, I know, because they also said, the IRS site says if you make under $25,000, you don't owe any taxes, but TurboTax says it's $912.
Maybe the TurboTax is keeping that money for, we made a mistake, but it's also $912 to
file your taxes. So let's just call it a wash.
Right.
All right, let's take a quick break here for a minute, and then we're going to talk a little. I want to talk a little bit about my adventure, and of course, every time I go anywhere, it's an adventure.
Well, so we're going to have actual entertainment for the first time today. All right, that'll be good then. Let's do that next.
Erica and Mark. The phone call.
Okay, so if you're driving down the road, let's say for your sake.
Wait, are you making fun of my electric
No,
car? Is that
just
what,
saying for your sake, like I-75.
Okay.
So I'm on I-10 heading towards the city, New Orleans.
All right. Yes.
And in front of me is a small SUV. Not sure what the brand was. I think it might have been a small Ford SUV. And it had a 9-inch nails sticker on the window.
Mm-hmm. Yep. NIN. We've all seen it.
Okay. So I'm trying to figure out what kind of person, what is a person, I was impressed with what kind of person, what does a person look like that has an SUV hybrid, but also a 9-inch nail sticker on it?
My daughter and I like to play this game a lot. We call it Other People's Lives.
Okay.
And it's a fun game. It's an evil game, but it's a fun game.
Okay, so what I found is I rolled up next to it. It was hard for me to look because there's a second part to this story. But when I did get up past him,
let me guess. Was there a hoodie involved?
Yes.
I knew it.
Yes, and
Was it tie-dye or was it black?
Black, and weirdly cut hair. Very long in the front, very short in the back. It's like a reverse.
So it's reverse mullet. Yeah. Right. The rollet.
Curly. Now, and what could be Asian. Look like an Asian.
So like black and Asian, like Blasian?
No, just like white and Asian.
Straight up Asian.
With a 9-inch nails.
So they were driving 10 miles an hour under the speed
well,
limit in the left
not
lane.
only that, but swerving from lane to lane with the blinkers going on just to swerve, and then turning the blinker off, and then turning the blinker on to swerve over again, and crossing in the lane, and then coming back to the middle.
Phone in their hand.
No. Stoned.
No.
Drunk or something.
No, Asian, Mark. That's all that is. That's just Asian.
I asked my wife, I go, I know this is not the question I should be asking right now, but I'm just curious. What is a person that does, what does a person that likes 9-inch nails and is gas conscious and planet conscious? What kind of material is he high on that makes him drive like this?
I don't think he was high. I think the police call it DWA, driving while Asian, and I think that's all that was.
I've never seen such poor driving.
Really? Have you not lived around the
I
Asians?
didn't know. I guess not.
I have, and you just like, there's a great clip of Family Guy that Brian and I always send to each other where it's the Asian girl driving on a freeway and a bunch of traffic, and she says, "Okay, I changed lanes now. Good luck, everybody else." And she does, and causes a massive accident behind her, and gas tankers are exploding. And that's a normal thing here.
It was crazy, and I thought I've heard that they're.
You just stay out of their way. Just let them go. You can't do anything. They're not going to notice you. And it's, I hate to stereotype, but I will, because stereotypes exist for a reason. And that's one of the stereotypes that seems to be largely accurate. It's not accurate, of course, in every instance. But, 99. Did I not profile that person extremely well?
Yes.
There you go. Thank you very much.
Okay.
That's someone who was born here to Asian parents, probably own a Chinese restaurant, and they inherited their parents' driving skills, and they also inherited the American culture, which has led them to be a little ADD because their face is always in their damn phone and they can't multitask. And as you know, driving a vehicle involves what? Multitasking.
Yes. In itself.
And if you're bad at multitasking, you're going to be a bad driver. You show me somebody who can't multitask, I will show you a bad driver. It's the same thing as you show me somebody who owns reptiles, I'll show you somebody with a felony. It's the same thing. I don't want to generalize, but it's true.
Oh, you show me somebody with swords on their wall, I'll show you a felony too.
Felony, absolutely, 100%. They probably got fucking reptiles in the bedroom.
And they also
Sitting in a-
yes, and they also have skull candle holders.
Oh, obviously. Why wouldn't they? Those are pretty cool. With a bunch of wax on them, haven't been cleaned in years. Oh, yeah, man. It makes it look more sinister. Hold on. I got to go feed the... What is it? What is it called? A Komodo dragon, man. I got to go feed the dragon.
So I'm heading over there, right? I get past this guy. I get downtown.
No, you don't want him behind you. You want him in front of you because I can hit you.
I was trying to get to my location, and I get to the theater, and okay. Have you heard of this thing called ParkWiz?
Is it a parking app?
Yes.
Yeah, we all have those. They're all called something. Park Mobile is the one that we have.
Okay, so this ParkWiz, I sign up, and I usually does pretty well.
That just sounds like a parking lot full of urine.
It kind of matched this time.
Well, you do live in New Orleans, where everything does smell like either puke or piss or cigarette smoke.
So there's two places, and it's not really showing me which side the building is on, and there's no address in front of it. So I look at both of them. I go, let me go for the one that's lit.
Okay.
I pull in.
Good call.
Is this your address? No, that's right over there.
Oh no.
So I loop around, come back out, I get inside there. Eric, I'm going to tell you, I've never been in a parking lot quite like this.
Now we're getting into a grandpa story.
First, you feel like if you get in there, first words out of my wife says, "Oh my gosh, you can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave." She says, "This is the Hotel California parking lot."
All right.
And she never
looks the same.
But she was worried. Okay, put it this way. Okay, when it's an elevated parking lot, right? It has floor by floor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
How many ramps do they usually have? At least.
I mean, there's usually, around here, there's one ramp. There's one way to go. You can't really get lost.
Okay, so you go up, and then there's one way to go down, right? Okay, well, there's only one ramp, period, and that's for up and down.
I see that a lot around here as well.
Okay. And then there's a guy it says attendant available, but it was boarded up.
Well, yeah, he was shot a while ago, and they're having a hard time filling the position.
So I'm trying to find a parking space, and I'm going, I just can't find a place to park. It's just like they're available, but I don't really feel like anywhere I go that I'm going to get home tonight.
Do you have a smartphone?
Yes.
Do you have an app on there called Uber or Lyft, Lyft?
Yeah, but you don't want to pay that much money to go to the city.
Yeah, but you don't check into the Hotel California.
So anyway, this is a $31 parking lot, right?
Oh my God!
So it's almost 7:00, and it's what time I'm supposed to be at check-in. So I said, told my wife, I said, listen, I'm going to eat the $31. We're going to go across the street because that one is lit and it's $20. I told the guy, I said, oh my gosh, I said, I'm going to eat my $31 on the other side and pay you your 20. He goes, oh yeah. He says. He says, we get this all the time. No one stays in that lot. They always come out. I said, that explains why there's only 2 cars and they look like they were broken down. So, like they never left there.
So you're in kind of like an Escape from New York situation, and you're just waiting for the Duke to come out.
So he's real cool. He goes, hey, see those little spots up there that says reserve? Park. You can go ahead. You've had enough drama today. Park in one of those.
Oh, he took care of
so I went and did
Grandpa.
that. I go to cancel my parking at 7:01. It says you cannot refund your money.
Oh yeah, no, you can't do that. No. All right. So here's a dumb thing that Grandma Me has done in parking garages. I have multiple cars in my park app. I got my daughter's car. I got my car. I got a couple of Brian's cars. And I'm in a hurry one night because we're late to go see a concert. So I pull up the parking app and I'm like, all right, what number are we in? Okay, 4306. Let's punch that in. And okay, park. And then oh shit. And then I realized I parked the Jaguar, which was currently in North Carolina, but I was in the Porsche, which is currently in Florida. Oh, no. So I'm like, all right, I just got to switch it from the Porsche to the Jag. Let me go back in there, switch it. How come I can't do this? Oh, God, I can't do this. I already spent like $18 parking for the night. So now I got to go do it again and spend another 18.
Okay, so it's
yes,
not just me then. Thank God.
It's not just you. I've done it, but mine was stupider because I actually found a really good spot. Just I parked the wrong car in that spot, a car that I did not have access to at that time.
Oh gosh. So I was going to go see Kraftwerk.
What? The German techno Kraftwerk?
Yes.
Like, I am the operator of my pocket calculator?
Yes.
Hold on. You know who needs to know about this? I think you know.
Cove?
I need to talk to Cove for a second. Please hold while I talk to Cove. Hey, Cove, are you familiar with the music of a little band called Kraftwerk?
Hey, absolutely. Kraftwerk is legendary. They're pioneers of electronic music, known for their innovative use of synthesizers and their influence on a ton of genres. Any favorite tracks or albums of theirs?
Well, I was going to ask you, what do you think the biggest couple of tracks that they've ever had are? Can you tell me?
Sure. Some of Kraftwerk's biggest tracks are Autobahn, which is iconic for its lengthy, atmospheric sound, and The Model, which became a hit in the UK.
Oh, I love that. What about can you just say I am the operator of my pocket calculator for me?
Sure.
Oh, he's glitching. He's glitching on me. Go ahead, say it. Oh no, I think I broke him. Shit.
He's not really into being told what to do.
Cove, are you there, buddy? I totally broke him. Oh my God, he was broken by the Germans. We tried to make him do a couple of lyrics from the Kraftwerk and it broke him. Oh, he must be Japanese. This would never happen to a German AI.
Now, I was surprised because he said the same thing too, and I read an article too. Is supposedly they're the pioneers of EDM, right?
Yeah, true.
And I could see that, but I always looked at them as more of a precursor to
well, that's what a pioneer
hip-hop.
is. No, EDM. And dude, they were doing that shit in the 70s.
I know, but if you listen to some of their songs, they were definitely sampled a lot in hip hop.
I wish we could play just a sample
Like Planet
right
Rock
now.
by Africa Bambaataa. Huge, stole tons of stuff.
They were, yes, the Kraftwerk was sampled by a lot of rap groups back when you could still do that stuff. But if you look at the actual genre of music that they kind of created, it's EDM.
Yeah, because they were progressive, but not really rock. They were that was very computerized.
Right, but it's just the way that it was presented. It was almost cartoonish, but it's like, it's one of those bands. It's like, why do I like this so much?
They're way ahead of their time. Way ahead of their time.
But yeah, that's a solid point. They were out around the same time that Devo came out.
Yeah,
and you got to remember that Devo came out like 1970.
Yeah, they were ahead of their time. Mark Mothersbaugh was brilliant.
You know, if people take the time to really think about some of these old bands from back in that time, the 70s were such a crazy time because Debbie Boone's "You Light Up My Life" was the biggest song of the late 1970s. But it was out at the same time as the Sex Pistols and the Clash and the first Dire Straits album and Kraftwerk and Devo.
Yeah.
That all existed in the same space and happened right around the same time. And that just blows my mind sometimes when I think about it. Yet everybody's listening to fucking Debbie Boone sing about Jesus. Unbelievable.
Debbie Boone? No, she's singing "You Light Up My Life."
Yeah, that's about. Who do you think it's about Jesus?
Oh, I thought it's just a love song.
No, she literally wanted to bang Jesus. I think is what it was. No. She was totally. He's got that long hair. He's got that little beard. No. He's got those blue eyes.
Actually, now that's the man-made Jesus.
Hey, Debbie, how you doing? You light up my life.
When's the last time you seen anybody look like Fabio in a desert?
I mean, Debbie was into
dark skin, curly hair. He was a Jew.
Yeah.
He was dark skinned in the desert.
Oh,
he didn't have long straight hair.
What if Debbie's listening to this, man? Be careful. You know what? I ruined that song for you.
Oh, well, I never liked it to begin with, anyway.
That's good. Good news.
But I never looked at it as a God song. But I guess it would be.
Yeah, that's totally. She was totally singing about Jesus. Even I know that. How do you not know that?
I don't know. Probably because I just avoided it like the plague.
Do you know why I'm an atheist, Mark? Because I've actually read the Bible. That's why. I tried to comprehend it, and it hurts my head.
It just makes sense. It's just perfect. All it is just normal stuff telling you normal things, the way to behave.
It's a lot of stories. It's a lot of really good stories. Parables. That's
yes.
It's a Sanskrit way of saying the word stories.
See, I was definitely. And most of us have been the prodigal son.
Hey, if you had a CB radio, would your handle be Sanskrit?
No, it was Firefall.
What do you think? Firefall.
We discussed this in a previous podcast.
I can't. I think I blocked it out of my mind. You actually had a CB handle, and it was Firefall.
Yes.
Oh my God! What were some of the Firefall songs?
I was Yacht Rock even when Yacht Rock wasn't popular.
I can't remember what Firefall sang. The band is familiar to me though. What did they sing?
I don't know.
You don't know what your own CB handle
That's
song?
a strange way to tell me you love me.
I'm Google it right now. Firefall hits. What is it here? Just Remember I Love You, which I believe is also about Jesus. Yep, Strange Way. That was it.
Yeah, okay. I know it had something.
Yeah. And then they had You Are the Woman That
Oh,
I've
that's the
Always
one too.
Wanted.
Yeah, that was
that
the
one.
pop hit.
Yep, that was about Mary. They were singing to Mary. They were in love with her too.
You're on a roll today. That's right. Jesus still loves you. He's got a sense of humor.
Jesus is the one that. Yeah, that's how I got the sense of humor was from that good-looking man.
So I
hair.
didn't realize that Kraftwerk, that was the Autobahn's 50th anniversary of the album.
That makes sense. So they were out in 75.
Yeah,
you're saying
that was that album. I think they were out before that. I think they were in the late 60s.
Well, 1975 was 50 years ago.
Yeah, I think they were actually out before that, though. I think they had, because I don't think Autobahn was their first album.
I just suddenly got depressed at the realization that it was.
But
is that true? That was 50 years? It was 50 years ago. So our country is going to be
multimedia
200
screen with all these old like pictures and stuff, and album covers, and then a bunch of numbers and things like that's because they open up with numbers.
Did they do the song Pocket Calculator?
Yes, they did Computer Love. They did 20 songs.
Oh my God, I bet it was great.
Trans Europe Express. It was full. It was the Orpheum Theater, which I think seats about 2,500. I think.
I think I did this before, but I missed their tour, didn't I?
Yeah, because they were in Orlando. You didn't want to go.
Yeah, I didn't want to go.
No, it was phenomenal.
So
but it was filled with people, older people, and then artsy people, very artsy people.
What about Asian guys in black hoodies who can't drive?
No, but a lot of kids were there, and they were all looked like hobos. I guess that EDM is really hobo-ish. They all look like they just came out of Burning Man.
That's the most old man thing you've ever said. I guess that EDM thing is hobo-ish. Hey, get off my lawn, you hobo son of a bitch. That's what you sound like.
They look like
right
they just
now.
left Burning Man. It's like they just like
right.
Get a bath, put some clothes on.
Nope. Dropping Burning Man is not going to make you seem
Dude,
cooler.
there was a guy there that had a pair of jeans on, like, or bell bottom, like 1970s, like something Robert Plant would wear. Yeah. And he had a mushroom T-shirt that was literally by hand cut in half, like it was a midriff shirt.
Nice. That's nice.
I think it was a guy. I don't know. I try not to. I don't know all the time.
You don't want to misgender.
That doesn't bother me as much as just
happens to me all the time, Mark.
People can't misgender you.
Only when I talk.
Oh well, yeah, that's been your voice forever.
If I would just learn to keep my damn mouth shut, I'd be fine. But we don't think that's going to happen, do we?
No, not with you.
No, probably not.
And the final story out of my show, I have to retire what I would call. I actually own a pair of concert pants.
Well, I hope that's not going to cost you money with the IRS. What does that mean? You have to retire concert pants.
Well, I thought it would be very hip to buy a pair of jeans
All right, first of all, you got to stop trying to be hip in any way at your age. Just stop it. Hip left both of us a long time ago, and I'm way younger than
and they have
way younger.
They have a hole in the knee.
Okay, hole in the knee.
Okay.
So you're a 65-year-old grandpa walking around in baggy jeans with a hole
I'm
in the
thinking
knee.
sometimes they may see me and go, God, was that guy mugged? That poor old man was mugged.
I think what they're thinking is, this fucking guy couldn't find his overalls, I guess. What's he doing?
Is he a hobo EDM guy?
Should we give him money? He looks homeless. That's how you take care of your tax debt. You go to more concerts wearing those pants. You'll get your $900 in no time.
Here's the problem with the pants. You ready?
Oh, there's another problem besides the hole in the knee.
No, the hole in the knee is the problem. But you know why?
Why? Because you fell? Because you're an old man? Because you fucking fell? Why? What's so funny?
As I'm sitting in the concert, I'm going, I'm really uncomfortable.
Oh, God, you were getting a little warm and decided to aerate your jeans a little bit?
What happened was the way it was sitting over my knee, it was literally cutting off my circulation.
Oh, my God. That's so much worse.
I raised my hand in the hole, and I could feel, you know how the old people, well, you may not know this. Maybe this happens to you. I don't know.
No, this has never happened to me.
You ever wear too tight of socks?
No.
And it leaves a mark?
No,
You're not at that part yet, or you just don't wear tight socks?
I don't wear tight socks.
Okay.
I have cute little socks.
Have you seen
I don't
them?
wear tight socks.
When people do that?
I mean,
and it cuts a circle around it.
No, I really haven't seen that because
it's coming.
So
it's coming. You're just about 10 years away from it.
You're walking around with a goddamn bowl haircut, ripping holes in your jeans because your socks are too tight. Is that what's happening while you're at a Kraftwerk concert? Am I painting the picture for everybody correctly? Oh my God. I don't know how we're friends. I really don't.
I looked at my wife. I said, "What's the matter?" I go, I'm cutting off. I'm going to have to have my leg amputated. And she's like, "What?" I said, "I got to park these jeans. I can't wear them anymore."
And she didn't go straight to a divorce attorney on Monday.
No. But I said,
no.
I said, at least I got something good to talk about. Thursday.
Yeah,
I got a bit out of it.
Yeah. And for the record, for everyone who thinks that I'm just a giant dick, and maybe I am, but that's the dynamic that we have. Mark tells these stories so I can pick on him.
Yes.
That's what we do.
I was bullied all my life, just about as a kid, but you're the only bully that I don't care. Because I know you aren't just being mean-spirited. You're just you.
I resent being called a bully unless somebody's bullying me, and then I'll bully them back.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, let's take a break on that.
So that was my trip to New Orleans to see Kraftwerk.
I would love to talk to some of the people that were sitting around you and hear what they. Wait, what do you think of this guy, sir? Come over here. I need your opinion on some things. All right, let's start at the top. That's what I would have done. Honestly, I would probably do that to you if we were at the grocery store. It wouldn't be any different.
All right, why don't we come on back, take a little break. Regroup. I've got nothing else. So, but if you want to talk about something or whatever, and then we'll play a Tim Bob out. Or actually, you know what? I'm going to pull out I have a Dewey I haven't played yet. We'll play Dewey. We'll talk a little bit about that.
Oh, all right.
All right. Let's take a quick break.
All right.
Erica and Mark. The phone call.
You're like a cartoon. That's all I can think about is you standing there in your too tight pants with your bowl haircut. What kind of shoes were you wearing so I can complete the outfit?
Skechers.
Skechers. Okay. All right, because I had Vans, and that would have been a little too cool.
No,
for you, I think.
I need the comfort of footwear.
Right, yeah. Vans have long left the conversation.
Yes. My feet are too flat for Vans. I need arch support.
So, do you have a foot doctor?
Not yet.
Well, maybe you should think about that next. And
It's the
to mention
neuropathy from
genes thing.
from the in and out of being diabetic, borderline
Is
diabetes.
that what- All right, so I'm gonna call your wife and say we got to get a handle on his socks. You're gonna have to help him make some better sock choices. And hold on, I'm gonna have to. That is a band name right there. Better sock choices. Let me put that in there. Put that right after sex noise notice, long ass femurs, the Black Irish, suspicious cold stores, the Traveler Ben Brown Band, offensive crayons, 10 hikes, disingenuous hugs, and diminutive Japanese bodyguards. That's.
So you don't think
There we
that isn't there something there with the EDM hobos?
The EDM hobos isn't bad. I'm gonna write that one down. The EDM hobos.
They are an interesting group, those EDM kids.
Yeah, aren't they ever? I'm sure they were thinking the same thing too. Well, I'm sure this guy was cool back when disco was a thing. That's what they're doing. They're
Well, I was around when this band was actually current posers.
That was at the same time disco was happening, by the way.
Yes.
My God. You were in high school when Saturday Night Fever was a thing. You're graduating high school when Saturday Night Fever was a thing.
Yes, I was in actually when Saturday Night Fever came out and was in the movie theater. I was a senior.
Did you ever dress up as Tony
You better
Manero
believe
for
it.
Halloween? Oh my God!
I had leisure
you still
suits.
have the white suit.
Honestly, we would go to rock places and pool halls and things like that, and then that movie came out, and we'd kind of looked at
can't
each
get it out of
other
my
and
head now.
said, and this is when my hair was a little shorter than yours, not much on my shoulders, and we looked at, we
Right.
go, you know what? It's time to cut our hair and start dressing, going to these places because this is where
It's time to sharpen up and go down to Leisure Suit Larry's.
because this is where the women are now. They're not there.
Oh my God! Did that work for you?
Yes. Yes.
So you were getting laid, looking all like
because that was the thing
like a
at the
fucking
time.
hobo.
So they had slick back hair, and what you did was you spent your entire week working just enough to get enough money for the cover charge, a couple of drinks.
Yeah, I saw Saturday Night Fever. I know
Yeah,
what
the
it's
same
about.
thing, and then a couple of chains going down.
That's why you still wear chains, don't
Yes.
you? So that was what started you on your
Yes.
chains. So your chain journey has never
No.
ended since Saturday Night Fever. So I can blame John Travolta for you.
Yes.
That's what I can do. That's what I'm not going to blame you anymore.
We used to go before we would go out. We would stop by the mall and go in like the the outside entrance to one of the big department stores, and go to the men's cologne section, and take a sample and spray, and then that would be and go out the door. Would never buy a bottle.
You have never seemed gayer to me than right now. This is it. This is the moment.
I tell you what, my heels were probably higher than any heel you ever wore.
Oh my God! It's getting gayer. All right,
High heels.
Can we end this
You
podcast
were,
with
where were you? How old were you in the mid 70s, late 70s?
like 8?
Oh, so you didn't get a chance. So you didn't wear high heels
I didn't say that, but
besides your mom's.
yeah, it's a whole different thing. We're not here to talk about me. We're here to talk about you.
So I was
Mr.
wearing my
Disco.
dad's. So I don't know if there's any
Yeah.
better or worse.
I was wearing my dad's heels. It's way more hetero.
I wish I had a pair of
gonna
those old
add,
high heels.
Oh, yeah, me too. I'm going to add another band name here. Just thought tight white socks. We're going to put that in there. That's for you. Maybe I suppose the first album for them could be "Ring Around the Ankle." that was.
It's a real thing, man. What are you getting these what do they call it, compression socks?
This doesn't happen to me, man. I just you know why? Because I've been riding my damn electric bike. I rode my bike 14 miles again last night, and I'm feeling good. I'm controlling the inflammation in my body, Mark.
Yeah.
By sweating it all out.
One thing I got to stop, I tell you, is my addiction to sweets. I got to really reel that back in again to once a week.
They have meetings for that?
Yeah, they do, actually. Overeaters Anonymous.
You know what? Maybe I'll go to that with you. That'll get me away from the peanut butter cups from Trader Joe's I'm currently addicted to.
I tell you, candy is so good. Oh, my gosh.
God, it's just the stupid peanut butter cups from Trader Joe's. That's all I have in my house. That's the only sugar I have. And I love it so much.
Yeah, we don't keep much here, but man, I tell you, I've been known to be like a drug fiend and leave the house and go and get like a half a dozen donuts and eat all half a dozen.
Oh, I could just see that story in group. Yeah, here I was. I was sitting around. My name's Mark. I was watching Starsky and Hutch the other night, and I had a craving for some sugar, so I got my cigarettes that I don't smoke anymore, and I started walking, and I found myself at the Krispy Kreme.
Yep, it's true.
And I had exactly $6.99 with me in my pocket.
It's very
And
true.
I saw on the sign, hot, and I know what that means. And I went in, and sure enough, there they were, hot, greasy, slimy, glazed donuts.
Oh, my God.
And I said, hey, all I have is $6.99. My name's Mark. Can't afford to pay the tax. How much is the tax? $900? Can you just sell it to me for $6.99? Because I'm against taxes. My name's Mark. And the guy looks around, and he says, I don't like the government either, buddy. You got it. And he took care of you. And then the both of you went behind the Krispy Kreme in the shade behind the oak tree near the dumpster, but you couldn't smell it. And you ate all those donuts.
Yeah. Have you ever taken
still
a whole sleeve of Girl Scout cookies and eat them at one sitting?
No, I'm not a huge fan of Girl Scout cookies. I know. I'm the only one.
How about the chocolate? Not even the chocolate mint?
My biggest failing in life is this is a saying from Dave Roberts that I still carry with me to this day, our weatherman friend. Every pizza is personal if you believe in yourself. So, I have eaten pizzas that are way too much pizza in one sitting, and, like the whole thing. And every time I do that, I think about Dave.
Oh my God!
And he's right. And that's more of an inspiration to me when I do something like that instead of shame. I try to find inspiration in my shame from eating a whole pizza. Say it back to me, because you're gonna need that line at some time. Say it back to me.
Every pizza is personal if you believe in yourself.
That's correct, yes. So take that to your next fatty meeting. Whatever the hell you call it.
All right. What do you say we bail and play a Dewey?
Oh, yeah. Should have done that a while ago.
You should have done that before the taxes.
Now here's something actually funny from the 1990s. Unlike us.
Bye.
See ya.
Q106 REM, Man on the Moon. The Q Morning Crew here for the last time. Last day for our little show. Next Thursday will be the debut of the brand new morning show right here on Q106. Do not miss it. They are funny guys. I'm going to work in the afternoons and get to sleep in. Mark will get to sleep in a lot more. He's working 7 to midnight.
I'll be doing 7 to midnight until I can get myself back home, probably move back. And if I don't work that out, I might even show up here with the same company, just at a different thing on a different side of the radio. I don't know if anybody remembers AM or not.
Town to town.
Besides the morning.
Just don't be sad. Think of it as the WKRP theme song. Town to town, up and down the dial. Hey, maybe you and me were never meant to be. Just baby, think of me once in a while.
He remembers word for word. Isn't that scary?
That's that. I've freaked out the Hooters girls now. Let's go to the phone, see who we have on here. Hello, Q106, who's this?
Hey, guys.
Oh, no. It's Dewey,
It's
isn't
me,
it?
Dewey.
Hey, Dewey. How are you?
Dewey?
What's up, guys?
Nothing, man. What's up with you?
What's the big deal, man?
Well, we're leaving. Today's our last day.
Yeah, for everybody. It's
Just
the weekend,
fucking-
man.
No. I mean, we're leaving. This is our last show.
No, man, you'll be back Monday just like everybody else, man.
No, we're not going to be back
That's the
on.
way it works. You'd think you guys would know by now.
Dewey.
Everybody can sign off for a couple days on Friday, man.
Yeah, I know. And that's
That's
usually
what Saturday and Sunday's all about.
Yeah, we're very familiar with the whole concept there,
whole
man.
concept of a week, and then
You're trying to create some sort of panic, man.
No, we're not. This is our last show. There's a new show coming on next Thursday.
Yeah, there's a new show coming Thursday, and we're going to go about doing some other things.
Right, and you'll be on Monday, though, man.
Well, we'll be around Monday.
Yeah,
I'll
be here Monday. I'll be here at 7 p.m., and I'll be working till midnight.
I'm going to take a couple of days off,
No, I think you guys are wrong, man.
What are you talking about?
Well, it's Saturday tomorrow.
Right.
Yeah.
So you won't be on the air.
Right.
Right.
And then Sunday, man,
Uh-huh.
you won't be on the air.
That's true again.
And I'll be at church. Okay.
And then Monday,
Yeah.
you'll be on the air.
No, dude.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
Today, Friday, okay? Let's think about this. Friday, August 25th. We are 4 months away from Christmas to the day. This is hey, let's hear it for Christmas coming.
yeah.
All right.
Merry Christmas,
Merry Christmas to you
Merry
too,
Christmas
Dewey. In
to
case
you,
we don't,
Dewey.
in case we don't talk to you, because we're not going to be here, Dewey.
No, man.
You can call the new guys, though, I'm
You're
sure.
creating a panic, man.
We're not creating a panic. All right, Dewey. You'll just have to find out for yourself.
It's like the storm that never happened, man.
What? What the hell are you talking about? Oh, he's saying that because we said it was going to rain yesterday.
Oh.
That's what it is.
You guys are always wrong, man.
I know.
No, we're not predicting. We're not predicting this, and
It's already done.
it's happened.
The
How am I
die.
going to get CDs?
Well, you just hang on and I'll tell you, okay?
All right,
Do-
man.
All right, buddy.
Do you want a CD?
Do we want a CD?
Dewey, thanks for calling, okay? And we hope to see you again down the road, okay, buddy?
Miss you guys.
All right, man.
All right, buddy.
Bye-bye.
Erica and Mark, the phone call.